I'm Shelley Foster. These are today's headlining stories. Forget the hair, mate. You've got something on your chin. Oh, she works for OK magazine? No, Closer. And Kenny gives his stalker the benefit of the doubt.
He loved to disguise his voice on the phone and mess with you, and you didn't know who it was. But he was a great guy.
Hello. First up, if the Brits didn't quite quench your thirst for music, then what about the NME Awards? Lucrezia was there to chat to the rock stars and to soak up the atmosphere.
Possibly the rock and roll event of the year, the NME Awards 2010 was packed with some of the best and biggest acts of the last 12 months, all ready to party.
It can get very messy, I hear.
And it better, or else we showed up in vain.
Holding on to Felix White here, who should also win.
But there are also some old faces with some good tips on how to cure that inevitable hangover.
I haven't had a hangover in 7 years, haven't drank in 7 years, but I would say greasy food, big fry-up, English fry-up.
More booze. I learned that at a very young age. That's why I'm sober now.
And tonight is graduation night, so are we going to have a good time?
Inside, the mood was suitably raucous, with Jarvis Cocker hosting. Band of the moment, Kasabian, continued their winning streak, picking up 2 awards, Best Album and Best Album Artwork for West Ryder Pauper Lunatic Asylum. But the Leicester Rockers missed out on the coveted Best British Band trophy. That instead went to Muse, although it seemed like frontman Matt Bellamy had his eye on another prize altogether.
Worst dressed is the one I'm chasing tonight. Worst dressed. I've been nominated for it though, so yeah.
Is that what you're
That's why I've come dressed extremely badly. Exactly.
Oasis failed to make history as the first defunct band to win a prize, and despite having 6 nominations, Arctic Monkeys only managed to pick up 1 award for Best Live Band. Meanwhile, Paul Weller, aka the Modfather, received the night's most prestigious honour, the Godlike Genius Award.
So as expected, it was a bit of a boys' night tonight. Muse, Kasabian, Arctic Monkeys all walked away with prizes, but let's not forget the ladies.
After scoring at the Brits, Lily Allen was the inaugural winner of the Giving It Back Fans Award, a new category recognising acts who go that extra mile for their fans. And it just wouldn't be an awards show without some mention of Lady Gaga. No, the poker face singer didn't show up, but she did bag 2 gongs, Best and Worst Dressed.
Oh, well, that award means nothing from now onwards.
Yes, LaRue's Ellie Jackson was also up for that one, but she did get dance floor filler instead for her track In For The Kill.
It's great. I'm so happy. We haven't won anything yet for this record, and it means a lot.
Nice goodie bag too. Glastonbury was voted Best Festival. Other winners included the Big Pink for their track Dominoes, American band The Drums took home the Philip Hall Radar Award, and Bombay Bicycle Club were crowned Best New Act, but had their own theory on why.
I think my mum clicked on it so many times that we won.
But 3 guys who certainly won't be celebrating, the Jonas Brothers. They were voted Worst Band, and their album, Lines, Vines, Trying Times, the worst record of the last year.
Next, the choice of song titles for Cheryl Cole seems cruelly ironic now. First there was Heartbreaker, then came Fight for This Love, and boy did she put up a good fight. But there are some battles you have to concede, and instead of 3 words, I bet she now only has 2 for husband Ashley. I'll let you guess what they could be. Here's the latest on Colgate. Oh wait, that's a toothpaste.
This will not damage Cheryl Cole's career whatsoever. In fact, this has probably done her a favour. A cynic would say that this is almost kind of PR'd to do that. That's obviously not the case, but she knows what she needs to do to go to America. There's been lots of talk about her breaking the US, and really they like a squeaky clean personality, a squeaky clean image, and bringing Ashley along at the moment really just muddies the waters for her. I don't think getting rid of Ashley is part of her bid to crack America. I really don't think so. This is somebody who was completely in love with her showbiz ideal of a marriage, and it's taken a lot for her to crack. I mean, last week there were revelations. She still stood by him. Yes, she did fly out of the country to LA, but that was a work project that she was already doing. You know, it was just very convenient timing. It won't do her any harm. I think her advisors will be telling her, look, you need to get rid of him. You need to be creating this separation between the two of you in order for you to pursue your career. But I certainly don't think it's part of a plan.
Cheryl Cole could be the newest member of the Wish I Didn't Get That Tat Club. In 2007, she unveiled her Mrs. C design on the back of her neck to proudly declare her status as Ashley Cole's other half. But 3.5 years down the line, she's announced their separation. And it seems the Chelsea star is on his way out, and rumour has it, so is that tattoo. According to reports, the singer has been looking into laser surgery in the US to have it permanently removed. The procedure is not just a costly one, thousands of pounds apparently, it's also pretty painful and could take up to a year. Meanwhile, the 26-year-old's friends are helping to mend her broken heart. Fellow Girls Alouders Kimberly Walsh and Nicola Roberts were spotted at the X Factor judges' Surrey mansion. The footy star, who's been given the boot, flew out of the UK before Cheryl arrived back from LA, avoiding the headlines and a confrontation. And while Shezza's barely back on the market, she can rest assured she'll now have no shortage of offers.
We are definitely Team Cheryl here, and by the sounds of it, so is Keith Lemon.
They're asking me about Cheryl Cole back there.
Yeah, what do you think about all that?
I feel sorry for her, you know. I mean, when next time I see her, I'll take her swimming and treat her to a hot chocolate and a packet of cheese and onion crisps.
I think she needs to be showing a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it's been silly, hasn't it? It's been silly. Have you seen women that he's been with?
I haven't.
Compared to her? Allegedly. In paper, anyway. Compared to her, she's bang-tied. I'd destroy me. I think she's beautiful.
I think a lot of women
destroy her in a good way, that's what I mean, you know.
A lot of women are just standing up going, go on, Cheryl, about time.
Yeah. You've got to fight for your love.
Last year, we lost one of the greatest artists of all times. But as with all legends, their legacy continues.
This is it.
Michael Jackson's once again in his rightful place at number 1. The late king of pop's This Is It DVD stormed straight to the top of the chart. The concert film was a huge hit in the cinemas. Now fans are enjoying it at home. It shifted 1.2 million copies in its first week in America and has been flying off the UK shelves. For director and Michael's friend Kenny Ortega, he's just happy the fans are satisfied.
I was just concerned that in the end that it would serve the fans, that they would get from it what they needed to get from it. And that was my main motivation for, deciding to do the project.
The film follows the late singer as he prepared for his ill-fated comeback gigs. The DVD comes with 90 minutes of bonus footage. Kenny says he's pleased people get to see Michael's personal side, but admits there was so much more to him.
Funnier than you can imagine that we didn't get a chance to capture. I mean, he loved to play practical jokes. He loved to disguise his voice on the phone and mess with you, and you didn't know who it was. But he was a great guy.
If Michael had been alive, he would have only just been winding down his mammoth O2 residency. He was due to start the 50-date stint last July, and those involved remain convinced it would have been one hell of a gig.
Do you think there'll ever be a concert that could top it? I know it didn't fully get realised, but do you think there's ever anyone out there who could match a concert like that?
No.
There was something else, wasn't it?
Well, he just truly was, so good. So good.
Next up, if you're a fan of all things vampire and want to get your hands on Robert Pattinson, I know I do. Don't go anywhere as we have our first Showbiz 411 competition. Now, there will always be a slight divide when it comes to the Twilight saga. Team Jacob, who prefer the wolf-like, extremely buff features of Taylor Lautner, and Team Edward, who prefer the romantic intensity of Robert Pattinson's glare. Oof. But the one who has made headlines headlines the world over is Robert Pattinson, aka R-Patz, aka Man of My Dreams. Yes, it seems we're all a little obsessed with Rob, hence this divine tribute of a DVD.
He's got the full package. The jack of all trades.
He's an absolute gentleman.
Outrageously attractive.
You can buy a copy of Robsessed exclusively from Asda from the 8th of March. But guess what? We've got our hands on 3 copies of the DVD, along with 3 posters for you to smooch in the comfort of your own room for free. All you have to do is answer these 3 easy questions to prove your Robsession. Question A. What is Robert's middle name? No, it's not sexy. B. What is his star sign? And C. In which Harry Potter film did he appear in? Post your answers on the YouTube comments part below this video. You'll need a YouTube account to do this. It's open to anyone aged 12 or above, and please take a look at these terms and conditions too. Closing date is the 4th of March, and the 3 lucky winners will be announced on the Showbiz 411 on the 5th. You'll also receive an email in your YouTube inbox too to confirm that you've won. Good luck, and for those who haven't won, remember you can buy it yourself from the 8th. And don't worry, Team Jacob, I'm sure Jacobsessed will be in production very soon. Keeping it R-Patz, I heard a little rumour this week about Edward Cullen and Bella Swan taking their romance off the screen too. Could this be true? Lindsay investigates all kinds of love gossip in Celebville.
When it comes to celebrity couples, the headlines are all dominated by stories of splits at the moment. There were rumours of a rift between Brad and Angelina until they denied them. And then there was the Katie Price-Peter Andre divorce. So it comes as a relief to turn our attention to celebs who are, want for another phrase, getting it on. And in the case of our first couple, getting it back on. Lewis Hamilton and Nicole Scherzinger have been snapped kissing and holding hands, prompting rumours they're back together. And a wedding could even be on the cards. Nicole was overheard being asked by a shop assistant if she was looking for anything in particular, to which she replied, "This year, my wedding dress." If true, the Hamilton-Scherzinger marriage could be the big shindig of 2010. Next, R-Patz fans, you might want to turn down the volume. It seems our favourite Twilight star has confirmed he is dating co-star Kristen Stewart. Robert allegedly told a journalist about the relationship at a post-BAFTAs dinner. He also said they were hoping to go public at the awards ceremony, but it proved impossible due to the volume of fans waiting for them. We contacted R-Patz's people to get confirmation, but we've had no word from them. So as I write this, we're led to believe R-Patz is off the market, but tomorrow morning he could be back on again. Cue the sighs of relief from teenage girls up and down the country.
Sorry, I was just sighing. Next up, keep your garlic to hand as we've got more, yes, more vampire news in the form of True Blood.
We're living in a Fang lover's paradise. Thanks to Robert Pattinson and co. and the Vampire Diaries. You can't look twice these days without seeing something to do with bloodsuckers. But scratch those from your memories, as True Blood is something completely different.
Tjejens stökel.
Sukis bror. Kunde vara kul.
Kul, men dumt. Suki är alldeles för viktig för oss just nu.
But ours are the best because they're postmodern vampires.
Michelle Forbes, who plays Marianne, one of the non-coffin dwellers.
You know, our vampires wear tracksuits and flip-flops and dye their hair and...
Yes, it has a cast of equally pretty people, but it's not only a lot darker than the rest, exploring addiction and other mythical creatures, it's also 10 times racier.
I guess, yeah, it's pretty wild and...
Say no more, Alexander Skarsgård. We know what you mean. He stars as Sheriff of the Undead, Eric, and clearly isn't embarrassed about the content.
I don't know, I watch it with my parents.
Well, you are Scandinavian.
Oh, that's probably the thing. We actually watch it naked.
Imagine that. While season 1 focused on the romance between Bill and Suki, played by Stephen Moyer and Anna Paquin, who are also a couple in real life, expect to see a whole lot more of this lady in season 2.
Marianne initially is quite mysterious, and we don't quite know what she's up to. She's a little dodgy. She's this odd benefactor. She seems somehow fixated on Tara. We know she has a history with Sam. We don't know what it is. And then in season 2, all of this is answered and revealed, and quite interestingly. But Marianne loves her mischief.
But more importantly, who would win in a fight between these guys and the Twilight crew?
Come on. True blood. Our vamps are not to be messed with.
Well, she would say that, but having had a sneak peek, I tend to believe her.
She is an old soul, isn't she?
Twilight vamps taking on True Blood vamps? No! They're too pretty to fight. Right, that's it for today. I think we've managed to vamp it up to the max. Don't forget to enter the competition. Closing date is the 4th of March. See ya.